Hi Giancarlo, thank you very much for joining our series, No Coffee, No Research. I think you, being from Italy, you should know something about coffee and research going together. I'm sure you can't really do anything without it, right?
Yeah, it's not only me, also my students. I have a good batch of Italian students, so coffee is a must-have.
Okay.
It's the fuel of our team, I would say.
So you have like special perks because you only hire Italian students?
No, not only Italians. Let's say there is this tendency that faculty of country X start becoming a beam for PhD students of the same country.
Which makes sense. And then they bring the good coffee.
Exactly.
Okay. So you were doing a lot of research in web security. So I'm just going to ask you this totally non-provocative question. Is the web secure?
That's a tough one. So I would say it used to be not that safe and secure long time ago, but we are now at a good place. It's definitely more secure than it used to be at the beginning, and it's a constant process. As soon as we see something that doesn't work well, there's a new vulnerability, thousands of people are working to get it fixed.
Okay.
So let's say we are in a much better place than we used to be at the very beginning.
Okay, why is it? Is it only because a lot of people have just started looking for things that go wrong, or have like developers already started to think of security before they just release something too?
I think it's more of a human phenomenon. That is, 30 years ago, the web was something new, so only a few people were there, and there were a lot of experimental stuff, taking a program and just put it online. Then we realized, okay, if you put it online, then also bad people can use or misuse it. So we have to do something about it. And then the web became a mass phenomenon, so more eyes on it, more attackers were interested, and also people that wanted to make it right. So of course there was a lot of attention on the web, so there was a lot of work trying to make this software more secure. Even people proactively looking for new vulnerabilities. So as soon as it became a mass phenomenon, the interest skyrocketed, and everyone was interested in making sure this thing is getting more and more secure. So it's just a human process. As soon as there is a new technology, we see now with machine learning something similar. Everyone wants to use it, but we say, okay, let's be careful. Let's see if we're going to use it right.
But it usually always just comes when it already is out there, right? There's like rarely a thing that...
Yes and no. Yeah. Like for the web, yes, we literally start developing things, put them on the web without even thinking about security, because the concept of software security, system security was rather at the infancy back to then. But then like in the around 2009-10, when mobile phones showed up as smartphones, somehow we managed to avoid the same mistakes we did before. So there was a lot of thinking about security before the systems were distributed. So somehow those systems were, I would say, a bit more secure than we saw the web at the beginning. So we have learned something.
Okay.
So probably we are on the right path now. We got burned once, and now
So do you think the web has just gained in importance when smartphones started to become like the norm for everyone, because then suddenly everyone was constantly on the internet?
So at the beginning there was the web. The interest was communication. You can get access to information anywhere. Anyone can say their own thing and get it published. What the mobile did, it helped gather the interest of people of accessing certain functionality directly on your hand. You don't need a complicated computer to do all complex stuff. You have this simplification app. But then the web benefited from it, because the only way to create this application at scale is to have something on the web that can provide services to this app at scale. So cloud was what fueled all these companies behind mobile phone, all these startups, thanks to the cloud that made sure you can create a service backing up your application at a very limited cost. So definitely this was a strong contribution towards the growth of the web. But the demand of having information available online already happened before the mobile. Like YouTube, for example, even Facebook, they were already a big thing before the app, the world of mobile became, let's say, dominant.
So what I kind of noticed in the last few years, especially, as you said, when smartphones came out, there were like apps for everything. You have to had to download the app for this, the app for that, the app for this, and it was, as you said, like a very limited functionality.
Yeah.
This app could only like do this.
Yeah.
And recently, I've started to notice that manufacturers or developers have been moving away from that trend. So I think a lot of stuff you can just do in your browser today.
Yeah, also the boundaries between mobile app and browser is getting a little bit thinner. Many apps that you use every day, you think is an app, but it's a website. Okay, nobody's telling you this. Okay, you look at it in your mobile phone, it acts as an app, look like an app. It has to be an app. Yeah. But actually, it's many cases it's just a web application. So the boundaries between web and mobile sometimes are very, very thin, at least at application level.
So just web application basically means it's an app that is running on someone else's computer?
Yes, before the association was everything that is online, that is a website, is also a web application, you know, Gmail, YouTube, it's a web application. Yeah. Now, the web, what is considered a website now is, let's say, with a website you know that there is a location, you have to go and visit it. Now there's no URL anymore. You take your phone, you click on an app, and many apps are already website, but all this is done transparently to you. So in a certain way, also the web is integrated a good chunk of what the mobile world is. Like many things that developers in the mobile world needs to take care of to build this application securely, at the end is web security, what they are implementing.
But is it is a web application that is like just running somewhere that you just access basically with a skinned browser more secure than, I don't know, like trying to develop an app and then just releasing it and maybe not taking care of it?
I think it's matter of how convenient that is. So writing an app for Android or for iOS means that you need a developer that knows the language of that system, knows the system, it can write a program for that operating system. While if you develop a web application, you can already take a web developer that knows how to develop a web application and say, okay, can you make it just smaller, that works very well on a small display? And then you need to have some very basic boilerplate code that says, okay, you know, that's the icon I want to have, that's the name of my application, that's the URL where the application is. Package it, distribute it on Google Play, on the Play Store, on the App Store, and done. So in a way, it's more convenient because you will need still someone that understands web for the back end, but now you can just deliver an application by using one single type of developer. You don't need to have a mobile developer and a web developer. It's more convenient for certain application. In other cases, this does not work when you need to access resources heavily that are hosted or stored or present in your device. In that case, you need a special function, special access, or just develop your own app.
Obviously, the web keeps developing, as we've already discussed. You know, from in the beginning, we had this. Just the whole, we had a few websites that you would access from the computer in your basement with a 56K modem. But nowadays, smartphones are everywhere. But what's next? What will come? What is the trend on the web? What will come next, and what risks will generation bring?
The way we should look at web is that it became the place where the program, the applications that we use live. That's their environment. You have to consider that even critical infrastructure is controlled over the web. Okay, many components can be activated, deactivated, or parameters can be set just using an interface on the browser. There are new trends that are that are involving more users. For example, Meta, former Facebook, pushed a lot on developing technology related to these immersive environments. And their plan was, their idea is to kind of create something that doesn't look like a website like Facebook or an app like Facebook, but you're inside Facebook, you are inside a room, you talk to people that you visually see, you turn left, you see one person, turn right, you see another person.
So with the virtual reality classes or something like that?
Exactly, so virtual reality, but it's somehow they try to stay away from the word virtual reality. Like immersive is the keyword, because just to give an idea that you have this immersive social experience with other people. Now, at the moment they are relying on mobile technology to build these devices, but already many organizations, including Meta, is providing web access, which means You wear your virtual reality headset, you plug it to your computer, you go on a website, you wear it, you enable it, and now you're inside your system, on this virtual system. So basically the browser is now the bridge between you and this virtual reality, and everything is running inside your browser. We know that browsers, we know how they operate, and we know that we can insert the program, the code that we want inside a browser, and considering the risks that we still have, like malware running on your Windows machine, that could be some, let's say, that could be some interesting aspect from a point of view of security that needs to be expanded a bit more before we jump into this.
Right, because you're wearing like a big helmet with a lot of cameras and microphones and speakers.
Exactly, there's this aspect that you may tricked into thinking, oh, I'm in a world that obeys to the law of physics. If I'm behind a wall, I'm just whispering to the ear of a friend of mine. I'm really whispering. Well, in the real world, you know that chances are high that someone won't be able to listen to you. In the digital world, it's just bits. It's ones and zeros.
And
I can grab them
from here to a server. And,
exactly. So it's an interesting aspect, very Matrix.
Yeah, it sounds very futuristic.
Yes.
It's very interesting. Going from, as you said, like 30-year-old vulnerabilities that aren't even comprehensively fixed because developers, as you said, keep dismissing them, and now we're getting even newer ones that we might not even be aware of until it's too late.
Exactly. This future is not clear whether this is going to happen or not. There are different challenges ahead, like users are not so comfortable wearing a bulky 400 grams device on your face, or being completely disconnected from the real world, and motion sickness. There are a lot of issues that could
happen. Nothing for the morning commute.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay, then we're looking forward to hearing more about your future research.
Keep you posted.
As soon as I will see you here at CISPA with wearing a bulky headset, I will know what you're doing.
Yeah, let me know if I'm hitting a wall before.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
See you next time.
Yeah.